and it will obey you, and everything will be rerouted. Amen. Write this down. Faith does not demand miracles, but rather creates the environment in which miracles are attracted. Faith does not demand miracles, but rather creates the environment in which miracles are attracted. Amen. Raise your hands if you're believing God for something. Are you praying about it? Leave them up if you're praying about it. I want you to get a visual. Get a vision of it before you see it. Do what Pastor Mitchell just did. Whatever you're believing God for, go there. If it's a house, go there and look and say, this is a nice backyard. If it's a job, see yourself working for the company. You better hear what I'm teaching this morning. I can't stay long. The clock is ministering to me. You have to get a visual of it. Because as far as you can see, Abraham, that's as far as I'm going with you. He said, Abraham, look out from where you are. Say, from where I am. No matter where you are now. I don't care how small or tiny the job is. I don't care how small the apartment is. Look out from where you are now. God said where you are now is not important. What is important is what you can see. Because as far as you can see, that's how far I'm going with you. Lord have mercy. One of the things that we as pastors don't teach, we don't spend enough time teaching because we're always being ministered to by a clock. But I want to park here for 30 more seconds to tell you what you see is everything. God says, if you cannot see it, I will not. Not that I cannot. He says, I will not do it. Can you see yourself out of the projects? My God. Can you see yourself out? Can you see yourself driving something other than what you're driving now if you desire to do that? Can you see it? Do you know you can be in a condition so long that you can't see anything other than the condition? That was the problem with the man at the pool of Bethesda. He was surrounded by a group of impotent folks. And Jesus walks up to him in the middle of his situation, surrounded by people who are lame and cannot do anything for themselves. And Jesus says, will thou be made whole? And he began to give Jesus excuses. He said, you're not listening to me. Jesus said, you're not hearing the question. And all the while I'm teaching this morning, somebody's not hearing the question, will thou? Say, my will is the key. My will is the key. If you ever get the will to do it, God will give you the wisdom. You missed that. If you get the will and the vision, God is obligated to. Say, God is obligated to give me the wisdom. Lord, I know I'm not going to get far. I just know it. I know it. Say the will. Say the vision. Say inner vision. This is the problem with our young people today. I love good parents. I just love good parents. Sister Mitchell and I have no children of our own. And so when we see good parenting, we love it. I respect good parents. One of the greatest things you can do, parents, is to instill vision into your kids. I'm convinced the reason why many of our children act the way they act is because they don't see anything better. they cannot see. Say vision. I'm going to park here for a minute. If you get the vision and the will, God is obligated, say obligated. He is obligated to give you the wisdom to accomplish what you see. Part of the teachings around here, one of the teachings that I teach pretty often is the power of your mouth. Is that right? I think that's the sermon of the month. If you don't have that, get that. You will need that, because almost every sermon series I do, almost all, I plug your mouth into the series.